Hey, we're Saints. Father Chris here. Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream, coming to you live back in the studio after a couple of weeks hiatus. It was fun driving around in the cars and having poolside parties post-convention, but it's time to get back to the office and get back to work. And I want to start this back to workness with the conversation about honor, and specifically honor and integrity for your word, right? So let me share with you a true story that happened here a few years ago. In parish life, sometimes priests make mistakes and are jerks, and sometimes people are jerks and make mistakes, and sometimes whoever or maybe both persons' fault leads to that person finding a new church home so that they can be, spiritually fed. Sometimes it happens when the priest offers like tough and honest and loving advice, and they can't deal with it, and so they storm off to another church. Sometimes it just comes from moving physically from one state to another, and we now attend another church. There's a million reasons why people will go to other churches, but it seems to me that when we do and leave the previous church, all connection and responsibility, all words that we've given to that previous community cease, because now we turn to the new community. Well, a real story, a few years ago, there was a person in our parish who got upset with me from something that I had to do, and decided and asked my blessing, was man enough to do it. Can they go to another church? It would fit them better. And I said, God bless you, and go. Now, what was interesting, that was like June-ish, July-ish, but the person paid their tithes to our parish here until the end of the year. And it struck me, I'm like, why would they do that? I mean, they're in a new community. They found a new parish home. Their tithes should go over there. And yet the person decided to honor his word, right? Like at the beginning of the fiscal year, not the fiscal year, the calendar year, January, we sign forms, all of us, we put our name on a piece of paper that says, I will give X amount of dollars this year to the community, to the parish, and, I'm going to honor my fulfillment, or fulfill my word and honor my word. You would think that he got mad at me and left, he would take that commitment, but he didn't. He honored that commitment. He honored his word, and he paid every month just as he had been before the estrangement. And I thought, good for you, man. Honoring your word like that is, it's exceptional, even for someone who was disgruntled, because his word meant something, right? It meant something to him. And because it did, it meant something to me. Guess what? It also means something to God. The words that we speak, the promises, commitments, we must honor those words. They are lying lips, abominable to the Lord. Listen to this verse from Proverbs chapter 12. I'm going to read it to you, and it's about this very thing. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who act faithfully are his delight, right? So this guy said with his lips and with a pen, I'm going to give X to the church. Even though he got irritable with the priest of the church, he honored that word. Do you understand that? That was a delight to the Lord. It certainly had a powerful impact on me, right? Had he done otherwise and gone to another community and ceased to honor that word, even in spite of whatever perceived friction, he would have been abominable, an abomination, says the Proverbs, to the Lord. You see that, and it's so easy for us today to be so flippant with our words. I'm going to say it and not do it because my word doesn't really mean anything, right? It's not, it's just a word. Well, that's how a lot of us think, and unfortunately how a lot of us act, but yet Proverbs is making it very clear that we as warrior saints must honor our word. Like, we can't speak it and not do it. It is, the words, they bring thought, which bring action, which bring a reality, right? It's life, right? You understand words, and we have to honor them. It's not always easy to do that, but the warrior saints are called to do that and to make sure that we do that. Now, we're fighting our team every single day to do that in our own lives. I'm the greatest among sinners. I get it. I make my mistakes, but we are fighting for honoring our words every single day, so that if we say something, we do it, right? It's not often easy. I tell you, I struggle with it. I'm sure you do too. But if you have the desire, you want to join a movement, become a part of a group of people that are struggling or striving to do that very thing, come along with us, baby. It's time. We have launched our academy. You can become a warrior saint yourself. You can do it. I don't have to be alone in this whole thing. In fact, I'm not. There's a beautiful, million beautiful people who are joining us all the time. In fact, Christy, welcome, Christy. We saw Christy join us and bundled yesterday, and our dear friend Ralph in New York. Ralph, love you, baby. He is also going to receive the bundle. I mean, it's fun. So visit us, warriorsaints.org. You want to be a man, a woman of integrity, of honor, who honors the words that you speak, we can help you do it. All you got to do, visit warriorsaints.org, subscribe, get yourself the bundle. We're going to be back tomorrow. I don't know what we'll talk about yet, but it'll be fun, whatever it is. Love you. Have a great day. And as always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.